Damn. I'm gonna just jump out on a limb here, and I kind of feel like I probably got the best intros in the roofing podcast right now. I'm just gonna say I might get my ass suit off for this one day. I'm not quite sure, but I think they're fucking phenomenal, and I'm loving them. All right, check this out. So today we're gonna just kind of have a conversation about some things real quick, right? I had a fantastic workout this morning. Not trying to start anybody's podcast off talking bullshit about a workout, but here's the deal. I was in the gym this morning. I was doing deadlifts. Today was back day. And I've been neglecting my back for just a little while since the baby and since my son was born. So it's been about 2 weeks since I've done any back work. And I was feeling it today, but I was also in the zone, right? I had Meek Mill in the headset. I had my pre-workout. I had my vasodilator. I was pumped. I was ready to go. And I'm in there snatching sets at 315. Life's good. I'm feeling the lift today. And I noticed a couple of buddies of mine that I have there in the gym, some regulars, guy by the name of, Jay Miller up here in Decatur area, Fort Worth, North Fort Worth, Keller, Saginaw with Miller Storm Restoration. Shout out my boy Jay Miller. Every morning I see Jay in the gym, and him and I are in there today. And I saw him getting after it on chest day. He saw me getting after it on back day, and we kind of gave each other the same look. Like we knew that we were just fucking cut different. We were just a little bit different than some of the people that we interact with. And I think what I realized after thinking about it throughout the day, I realized that me and Jay both had a similar passion for sharpening the axe, right? We have a similar hobby, a similar interest rather, where we like to turn ourselves into weapons. So it got me thinking, a conversation I had with a buddy of mine. He was telling me about the Marine Corps martial arts program, and their motto is one mind, any weapon. And so what that means is that a well-trained Marine, even without a weapon in his hands, is still a deadly weapon. Hoorah, right? That's some real shit. So what I've come to realize is that every person is kind of built with a certain set of weapons, and some people have a complete set and some people don't have a fully complete set. But at the end of the day, here's what really matters most, right? Is you have to be able to identify your weapons, and you've got to be able to learn to sharpen those weapons routinely. And so what we're going to talk about today is turning yourself from one person to a weaponized human being that can actually assault their goals, take charge of their life, and do what needs to be fucking done to gain some progress and create separation between us and them. And them, those are the losers. We don't operate in Loserville. So anyways, fast forwarding on, we're going to talk about 9 weapons. Weapon number 1 is communication skills. All forms of communication. This is written, this is verbal. This is probably one of the most important things. If you are going to turn yourself into somebody that has to be taken seriously, whether it's in business or personal development or fitness, you're going to have to be somewhat well-spoken. If you're not well-spoken, you better be well-written, goddammit, because you have to communicate with people. Even in social media and business, we have to do copywriting. We have to take care of advertising. We have to do all these other things that require us to be either well-versed or well-spoken or well-read or well-written. You have to be a good communicator. In order to be a good communicator, you must seek to be understanding first and then seek to be understood. Listening is a very crucial part of communicating. This is something that I'm learning through marriage. I'm learning it through business. I'm learning it through fatherhood. I'm learning it through having to deal with, bullshit and drama. Whatever the case may be, you learn to be a good communicator, and you seek to understand first and then seek to be understood second. So your first weapon is communication. Somebody that can speak really well is a hard person to debate. It's a hard person to negotiate with. Somebody that's well versed. Number 2, your interpersonal skills. So these are going to be your people skills, learning how to read the room. They call it like street smarts, right? Your interpersonal skills is learning how to have a conversation with somebody, how to build rapport and establish a relationship with them. To build a relationship with somebody through communication or through interpersonal means, such as spending time with them or getting to know them, so on and so forth. If you're observant and you can build relationships with people, you can create kind of a sense of hypervigilance and learn to read people, non-communication, nonverbal skills, nonverbal communication skills. Get that shit right, Dave. Nonverbal communication skills are going to be crucially important in order to develop interpersonal relationships. Interpersonal relationships are the things that you can, as a business or an entrepreneur later on down the line, you can use those to your advantage. You can leverage those positive, healthy relationships to gain access to different rooms, to different levels of entrepreneurship in your business, in your marriage, in your family life, whatever it is. Learning to build those relationships with other people is super important. That is the second weapon that you have as an entrepreneur, as a human being, as a salesperson, is the ability to build those interpersonal relationships. Number 3, organization. Somebody that can plan, somebody that can schedule, somebody that can organize. This is what we're talking about becoming here. So I had a conversation with Jackie this morning. We were talking about my plan where I had this notebook and I was doing the writing down in the morning, the things in the notebook, and I had it set on the coffee table. There was no exceptions. This is what I was going to do. And then I realized after my son was born, my son didn't give a fuck about my plans. He didn't care about my schedule. He was going to wake up when he wanted to wake up, and I was just going to be the good snack bitch, and I was going to go get the bottles when I'm supposed to go get these bottles, because my son, let's be honest now, he's 13 days old, and he absolutely calls the shots right now. Okay, son, I'm going to give you that. We're going to let you have that. You win for now. But staying organized is still a part of my life. And so I'm still utilizing my notebook. I'm still utilizing my papers. I don't go very far without my notepad. I try to keep my thoughts and my schedule organized as best as I can, but being able to be organized is going to set you up for success in the further on down the road. And the reason why is because organization builds efficiency, and efficiency builds repetition. If I can become efficient at something, then I can become repetitive at executing on that one particular thing. So the more organized I am, the better I'm going to be able to adapt, to pick out patterns, to look at things. That's in your personal life, that's in your fitness life, that's in your business life. Becoming a creature of organization is going to help you succeed and to become that person in your office or in your brokerage, if you're a real estate agent, if you sell mortgages, I don't care what you do. If you can become crucially organized in your efforts, in your environment, in your space, you can become that which they shall not fuck with. I promise you that. Moving on to number 4, problem solving and critical thinking skills. Man, if you can't think outside of the box, if you can't be at least a type 2 individual, there's no way you're going to be a type 1. So they classify this as type 1, type 2, type 3 individuals, right? A type 1, these are your CEOs. These are your type A personalities, high D, high C. These guys call the shots. They think outside of the box. They don't need to be micromanaged. They don't need to be told what to do. They're carrying the weight and the responsibility, the financial responsibility of the company on their backs. These guys live and breathe this shit. They do not need you checking in on them. Chances are they're probably your boss's boss, right? They make a gang of money. Then you have the type 2. These are the entrepreneurs, the guys like you or me, right? The guys that have been in the industry, that are working the job right now. They've been in it for 2 years. There may be a sales manager somewhere, the general manager, the assistant manager, somewhere in middle management is typically where type 2s. They can problem solve. They can think on their own. They do need some direction. They definitely need training and guidance, and they also need objective leadership. But they are consistently capable of thinking outside of the box and staying well organized. And then you have type 3 people. And these are the guys that dig the ditches. These are the ones that make the fries, motherfuckers. We need y'all. Not everybody can be type 2 and type 3. Let's be honest. The world takes all kinds of kinds. And sometimes the world's going to need type 3 people. If that's what you're going to do, then you better become a really bad motherfucker at being a fry cook. That's all I got to say about that. Anything worth doing is worth doing as hard as you fucking can. Okay, so if you're going to be a fry cook, be able to problem solve. Oh, I'm running out of grease. Go get the motherfucking grease. I don't know where it's at. I better ask for that shit. There you go. Learn how to problem solve. Critical thinking skills, folks. If you can learn to be a critical thinker, you could probably get the fuck up out of being a fry cook and at least get yourself over to the apple pie machine or the ice cream machine or somewhere up at front. And then you can become working on your interpersonal skills, your communication, and your organization. Somebody might just offer you a fucking job and you can skedaddle right up on out of that fucking McDonald's, homeboy. But start with problem-solving skills, organization, interpersonal communication. Let's go with that. So I learned this problem-solving technique called OODA loop, since we're talking about the Marine Corps. This process of constantly observing what's going on around you and making key critical decisions and taking action and then reassessing, okay, what happened after I took this action? That's a critical thinking. That's a problem-solving skill. There are tons of them out there, critical thinking skills that you can learn. But if you are going to be, again, that motherfucker in your life and in your business, learning how to solve problems is going to be critical. That's what I do for a living. And people ask me all day long, Dave, how much, my customers all the time, I don't get paid to replace your roof. I get paid to solve problems. That's what I do. Big problems come with big commissions. Number 5. Self-confidence. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you are not confident in yourself and in your abilities, you've already lost that deal, homeboy. I promise you that. Shit out of luck, up shit's creek, if you do not have at least a functioning level of healthy confidence. I'm not talking about arrogance. God knows. Oh, shit. Lord, I'll be honest with you. A lot of the times my shit comes off real fucking arrogant, right? But it's really not. Here's the thing, the difference between confidence and arrogance. Arrogance is so closely aligned to confidence that they're oftentimes confused for the two. Arrogance is the self-assurity, though you lack the skills necessary to be self-assured. Confidence is the unshakable faith in your abilities and skills. Confidence is different than arrogance. I may seem arrogant a lot of the time. And okay, good Lord, I'll be honest with you, God. All right, if you're listening up there, sometimes my shit is arrogant as fuck. I'm going to be honest with you. But that's part of the persona, right? That's why people identify with me. Because I'm not afraid to say, hey, look, I'm stupid. I don't know shit. There's some times where I'm not the most qualified person in the room and I can't give advice on certain things in life. Here's what I can tell you. I can tell you what not to fucking do. I know that. I can tell you what's worked for me and I can give you the best advice I can. And that's what makes me confident. What makes me confident is I know everything that I'm telling you fucking people about your life, about your jobs, about your skills, about your family, about your mindset is shit that you need. It's stuff that you have to hear, and I'm okay with sharing it for you. Confidence carries ambition. I've never seen somebody become ambitious overnight and decide to get up and go do something if they weren't at least confident that they could attempt, that they could start. I did a 5K one time. Stupid fucking idea. I did a 5K. I absolutely loved it when I was done. I didn't realize that finishing a 5K in 20 minutes was like a thing that people did. And I thought for sure it was going to take me 45 minutes to do this 5K. So Wounded Warrior Project, it's October in San Antonio, and I'm out around the Mission Park. You can either carry a flag, carry a human being, or carry a weighted vest. I decided to carry 25 pounds in my weighted vest. I was going to do this 5K. I wasn't really looking at timing it. I was just looking at finishing the 5K. And I realized that when we crossed the finish line, they read out my time and it was like 29 minutes and some change, I think, 29 minutes and some seconds. And I finished before 30 minutes. And that to me was like, I was impressed considering I had a Bang energy drink, a jalapeno and cheese kolache with a fucking Camel Crush menthol in the parking lot right before the 5K. Was not bad. I didn't realize that people actually train to run. I didn't know there was a science behind this shit. I signed up for it and I ran my first mile about a week before the 5K. Needless to say, I wasn't very confident in my abilities, but I knew that I could at least start this motherfucker, and if I could start it, I was probably going to finish that shit. Where the fuck are we at? Number 6. We're going to talk about adaptability. How do you handle change? Life is all about change. Things are going to happen. I promise you this. I promise you, you can make a plan today and you can watch it get pissed on tomorrow morning by something dumb like the weather or a flat tire or something of that, some shit that's out of your control. It's probably going to happen. 80% of what we do in life is a reaction to something else. It's not an impulse. It's quite consistently a reaction to these things. Here's what we also have to take into consideration. Adaptability. There's a saying that you never change the course of the ship in the middle of the river. And I first heard that when I was living at a boys' home at the young age of like 14 years old, 15 years old. You never change the course of the ship in the river. And I'll never forget, I heard that and it stuck with me so long that it's something that I still use today when I'm telling people, once you create a plan, once you have a plan, you can adapt the plan to the changing of the situations, but you have to stay committed to exercising or to executing the plan. You can adapt, you can change. If you can't, If the pressure of change, if all these things that happen to you force you to break, you have no adaptability, and life's going to be, unfortunately, really fucking cruel for you. And I hope that it's not. I pray for you. I'm just going to need you to reach down and grab your balls and become a little bit more adaptable with life, because nothing is guaranteed except for it's not going to go your fucking way all the time. That's it. People who adapt well can thrive in multiple environments. So this goes back to self-confidence and organization, interpersonal skills, and communication. If you have good communication and good interpersonal skills and you're hyper-vigilant, you can read the room and you can speak in front of people, you can adapt to the change in the social climate or the social environment from one group of people to another. I can talk to marketers. I can talk to real estate agents. I can talk to CEOs and bankers. I can teach salespeople. I can go talk to bar staff. I can adapt in different environments to give everybody the same shit that I'm giving you. But it's just delivered in a different way, because that's adaptability, and I use my communication skills and my interpersonal skills along with my adaptability and my self-confidence to solve problems. You picking up what I'm putting down? There's 7 fucking weapons right there. That's 7 weapons. Number 7, matter of fact, is integrity. This is your key to your reputation. Your reputation will precede you. I promise you this. Your reputation will precede you. I've realized in the short time, and I said this the other day on Facebook to somebody, there's 2 types of people in the roofing industry, and I'm probably going to piss half of y'all off with this statement. There's 2 types of people in the roofing industry. There's the type of person that everybody stops and knows who it is when they walk into the room. That's T.W. Mock, Andy Neer, those kinds of guys. Chuck Thoke, Becca Switzer, Dmitry Lipinski, Lee Haight. You know who these people, Donnie Haight, you know who these people are when they walk into a room. And then there's the people that have to tell you who they are when you walk into the room. And it's not because they're not worth mentioning, it's just because they like to be the kind of motherfucker that tells you, hey, here I am, here's who I am, check me out. 2 types of people. Take integrity, have your reputation precede you, because that means always doing the right thing. And you'll be known as that guy that always does the fucking right thing. I had a dude message me on Facebook today, and he said, hey man, I'm thinking about leaving XYZ roofing company. I got a couple homeowners that already know I'm thinking about leaving, and they're cool with me doing their roof when I do my thing. What do you think about that? And I texted him back and I said, if you signed them up wearing a hat that said so-and-so roofing, that's probably where those deals should say, man. How you do one thing is how you do everything, and the right thing to do will always be the right thing to do. And if you don't believe me, I'll fucking screenshot that shit and I'll post it on Facebook later. I'm gonna cross out homeboy's name and all that other good stuff. But I tell this to you because I believe it in my heart. Doing the right thing will always be the right thing to do. Having integrity will make you somebody that everybody knows when you walk into a room. You won't have to introduce yourself to a motherfucking person, because you've got 7 weapons in your back pocket at all times. Number 8, work ethic. Somebody with a dedicated skill with a work ethic beyond measure. Somebody that refuses to not execute on a daily basis. I remember work ethic when it was taught to me. I was working for Gannett Glacier Fire Crew up in Alaska. I was working for the Department of Forestry on wildland fire. I was on a Type 2 IA crew my first year. I went in, fought flames, fucking rode around in helicopters and got to fight fire with chainsaws and axes and shit like that. And we were in the woods for 21 days. And they used to say assholes to elbows, assholes and elbows. That's all they wanted to see on the fire line. And that meant you were bent over and you were digging in the fucking dirt around 13,000 degree flames. The shit was everywhere. The chainsaws were heavy. You hadn't showered in 14 days. You got 7 more days to go before you get to go home for 2 fucking days. And then you're right back on the fire line. Alaskan fire in the summer was no joke. And I learned what work ethic meant. And I also learned that showing up every morning ready to dig created reliability. It demonstrated responsibility and discipline. And these are the things that people want to see in you when they want to associate themselves with somebody that's successful. When you want to elevate yourself from the room you're in now to the place you want to go, you're going to have to be somebody who has impeccable work ethic. Nobody is going to get you anywhere you want to be without you doing the fucking work. For me, My work ethic starts every morning. I'm just going to be real with you. My work ethic starts every morning. I get up, I have my coffee, I get ready, and I go to the gym. I was in the gym this morning, again, talking with Jay Miller, and me and Jay realized that we were just kind of built different. We were in there slinging this fucking weight around, and nobody was really care. We didn't really care about the sounds that were coming out of our mouths. There's this other guy, Phil. Shout out Big Phil if you watch the show. I don't know if you watch the show or not. I don't even know Phil on Facebook. I don't even know Phil's real name. Phil cannot be this motherfucker's name at all. He might be a serial killer. But I know Phil shows up to the gym every morning before he goes out and butchers people, and he's cool as shit about it. And he puts in the time and the effort to be strong, because if you're going to have to chase people and kill them, you might as well be fit, I guess. I don't know. But I know Phil is there every morning. So me, Phil, and Jay were we didn't really have a conversation per se, but there was a look that was exchanged. We all know real recognize real. When we go into the gym, we're built different. We're in there going to war with our fucking self every morning, because if I can do that, if I can go to war with myself every morning, then I can go to war with the rest of this shit. It's real simple. The rest of my day is real simple, because I'm my biggest combatant. I'm the hardest motherfucker to fight. For me. Maybe not for you. You might be able to beat my ass. But what I do know is that I have a hard time kicking my own ass. So I try to kick my own ass every morning in the gym, just so I can start my day out with a victory over myself, because I know everything else I'm capable of overcoming at that point. Number 9, the biggest sword in the scabbard, the sharpest blade in the draw, and this is your leadership skills. Okay? Can you guide people? Are you a good example of what to do? Are you educating and empowering your people below you, your subordinates, your families, the people around you that you feel like you want to help elevate from where they are and get them to where you are? Are you being good in your servant leadership to them? The 9th and the largest weapon in your arsenal is your ability to lead. If you can lead people, you can inspire people. And if you can inspire people, you can change hundreds of people's lives through those individuals as well. Learning how to lead means learning how to serve. It means learning how to put other people first. And if you can learn to put other people first, develop incredible work ethic, have integrity, be able to adapt, establish self-confidence, create problem-solving and critical thinking skills, become organized, develop interpersonal relationship, and learn how to communicate, you can become somebody that should not be fucked with. My name's Dave Taggart. I definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I wanted to drop a quick little live for you guys. 25 minutes. We're going to keep it under 25 minutes. We're going to roll with you guys on this badass outro. If you want, hit me up Instagram at The Roof Poppy, Facebook at David Taggart, or you can find me at a5roofing.com on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Roofing Underground, Facebook, and YouTube as well. We'll see you guys next time. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for coming by and fucking with me on Roofing Underground. I'm Dave Taggart. I'm The Roof Poppy. I love you. I care about you. I believe in you, and I want to help you guys have a good night.